Well, let's bring Miss Lailani on. She's waiting patiently. Yeah, I'm going to let her tell you. I'm going to let her tell you all the things. She's fabulous, and everybody hold on to your seats because she's something.
Sorry, you caught me mid-laugh on that one.
I couldn't help it. I'm like, chutzpah. That's what I was saying this morning. I was like, this girl has chutzpah. You gotta go this way. There you go. That's better.
What up, ladies?
How are you, beautiful? What's going on?
I'm peachy, man. This weather is awesome.
I know. I drove with the rag top down this morning on the way here. It was really good. I love.
Oh yeah.
It was funny. I was driving down, I run over like some of the things to talk about with Miss Lailani, and I'm sitting there, and I do you mind if I have to tell the story, right? So we're all readers, and we travel on the circuit around here. We cross paths many times, and then I get this text from this kid, and she's like, "Can we talk?" I'm like, sure. And calls me on the phone, and she's like, I let some folks shape my opinion of you, even though I didn't know you. She goes, and I gotta call you up and tell you I'm really sorry about that. And I was like, who is she? She's the cutest thing ever. It was the funniest thing. I was like, I loved that. Made me love you. I was like, because I understand I am not everybody's cup of tea. I am well aware, and that's okay.
Me too.
Right. It's okay.
Me too.
I was like, I'm yeah. She's a good. I'm like, she's a good one to have in your lifeboat.
Aw, thanks, man. Yeah, it's true. It's so funny because people, our community is awesome. Don't get me wrong. Our community is so cool. It's filled with so many different kinds of people. It's awesome, but it can get a little cliquey. It can get a little, people talking shit every which way, right? And so it's tough to kind of keep yourself centered and not let people get in your ear. It's important to just get to know somebody.
Yep. It was the best. So tell our people who you are, what you do in the world, what's your magic, what's going on?
Oh shit. My name is Lailani. I am the owner of the Magickal Solutions, a very, very small online business. And I'm a diviner, I'm a healer, I'm an educator. But I guess, I don't know, I'm just a magical practitioner. I'm just someone with a big ass mouth. I love to do what I do. That's really it.
And if people want to find you, it's the Magickal, because I was easy enough for me to find you, the Magickal Solution.
In literally every social media thing, it's the Magickal Solution.
Are you doing anything in person yet?
No.
Yeah, me neither. I was just wondering.
No, as a matter of fact, and it was tough because I had a few cases that needed to do house cleansings, or I needed to get rid of spirits from people's houses and stuff, and I was like, we're gonna try this over this phone, see if it happens, but I don't know.
Yeah. So, tell what type, if there's a type, do you just think magic's magic? It is what it is. There aren't any, there's not a pie in slots, or, do you practice something specific, or you want to tell folks?
Well, for me, magic as a whole, the term magic, is what it is. You know what I mean? So you go from place to place, they have different ways of doing it based on their culture and their upbringing and all of that. And so for me, I'm Puerto Rican, I have African in my body, and I have Japanese. So I incorporate all of that into my practice. So I do a lot of ancestral stuff. I do a lot of espiritismo, which is kind of like spiritism. I do a lot of Shintoism, so it's all just kind of thrown in.
Right.
I like
that. We're mutts too. Same. We're mutt-ish, I guess. I feel the same way. What was I going to ask you? We were starting to talk about the insanity. We would be remiss, I guess, if we didn't bring it up. And the insanity in the world right now. I mean, she came in practically in tears, I can't form sentences.
It's pouring out of my eyes this morning.
In a weird way, though, it's not a shocker.
Oh no!
You know what I mean? It's been building up. This has been a shaking of the bottle, and we're at a point now where people got fucking time, and so you push someone too long and you give them a match. this is where we're at, guys. This is where we're at. And so it's one of those things where we just kind of have to adjust, and we have to let people feel what they feel and do what they do. And we support and pick up the pieces where we can. And it's tough, man. Oh my God. I can't even. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's a crazy, like, you have these, and you know, I have to have these conversations with my kid.
Yeah.
It's because it blows. I can't find words to sort of talk about what goes on in the world now. And it's like, it's almost, again, I felt this morning, I was thinking about it, like scripted, like, okay, so you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It seems like oh, Corona, what? We're on, and I'm not calling it the next thing, but so the next phase, you know, the formula, especially leading up to an election. Now there's a formula. And so what's the next barrage of things to keep us separate and distracted? You know, it's a very strange, because it happens. We go like this circle, and I don't know, I feel sometimes so stupid, like we keep going for it.
Right.
You know,
you're 100% right. There is definitely a formula, and it always seems to happen in the towards the voting time of the election. And there's always some big upheaval that causes that sitting president to stay sitting. And in this particular case, who knows, impermanently.
Right.
You know, we don't know, but there's a formula. It's very scripted. It's very creepy.
Sickening.
Right.
I have a hole in the pit of my stomach.
And did anyone ever notice too the kind of theme that's been going on over like the last like maybe 10 years where, and I'm only saying 10 years just because the cameras have been focusing on it lately, but like, for example, the protests with BLM talking about I can't breathe, the issues with, you know, Al Gore and climate change and the lungs of the earth being destroyed, right? And now all of a sudden we have a virus that specifically attacks the lungs. So it seems like this theme of breath and air and lungs is a very prominent theme right now, and it makes you wonder.
Right.
It makes you wonder.
Yeah, I read exactly that last night, that exact thought. And I thought that's really fascinating. And, you know, okay, so here's my crazy. And I said this to my husband. I'm sitting I know I talk about my hot tub a lot, but I was sitting in my hot tub. Okay. And it was right before the leaves all came out on the tree, you know, still a little, so it's crisp out, and I'm facing, you know, and I'm checking out the trees, and this one tree, and it's the whole tree. It wasn't just the branches, but the entire silhouette of the tree, when I looked at it, was in a perfect shape of a lung, and the way the branches came out. I even pointed it out to my husband, and I go, how interesting that is what I see when we're in the midst of a pandemic about your lungs. Like, I thought it was really, I said, I wonder had I noticed that 2 months ago when I was sick, because, you know, you go to a hot tub all year, but 2 months ago, like, it was very strange. Like, it was almost like, you know, divination in the branches that I'm getting this, you know, this about breathing. It was really, and that's fascinating. Then I read, you know, that same thought process that,
yeah, man, as above, so below.
Right.
As above, so below. You saw it.
Yeah, it was really weird. And I don't know what that means. I do understand that it has to do with breath. Yes. You know, we're out of breath or
out of breath. Yeah. I think it's true. And here's the thing, breath and air, when we take that in during meditation, or when we just take it in just regularly, like through life, it's a life-giving force. It sustains all of your organs. Mm-hmm. You know, without it, we cannot live. And our spirit specifically, it's one of the closest elements to the spirit element, if you of the five. It's one of the closest ones because of its essence. You know, it's just going to show that this isn't just a physical problem that we're having, a mundane problem. It's a spiritual problem. It's much bigger. And people just need to calm the fuck down and breathe. But don't lose that spirit. Don't lose that fire. Don't lose that fight. But do it in a place where you take in that breath and you're informing it, and you're then pushing it back out to do the change that you need to do. You know what I mean?
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
That's so funny. Not funny, haha.
Not funny, haha.
That's our meditation today.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like warriors.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, there's always somebody that was predicting World War III. I kind of think this is World War III. You know, every country in the world is fighting this exact thing right now. The whole planet is. Yeah. So I do think this is, I mean, it is. Yeah. What else is it? We're all fighting the same goddamn thing. So we should all get on the same page is all I'm saying. You know, that's all I'm saying. I don't understand why we can't get on the same page. I don't understand.
You know, on a spiritual level, I guess just support each other too on a spiritual level. I mean, at least what we can do as business owners and as people who are kind of like in the face and doing a lot of spiritual content here online, that's all we can really do. If we can, you know, maybe do some readings and then donate those funds to people who are protesting to help them, or if we can, you know, donate products of self-care to people who are whatever we can do, that's, you know, I mean, we don't always have to be on the front lines, you know, taking bullets and tear gas. And I appreciate the people who do. But for us, we have our ways of protesting and resisting too. That's what makes us awesome witches, right?
Exactly. Exactly. You know, witches do good things. Witches do good things. So you're you read too, right? Do you you're a card reader? Do you read cards?
I read a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I started with the cards. I also do bone reading, aka I call it charming because I have less bones than I do charms in there, so I call it charming. You know, the I Ching, scrying. Yeah, tea leaves, coffee.
Yes, coffee. Yes. I think that's really funny. I've heard of a couple people that read the. You know, we went to a tea leaf reading event right before the apocalypse hit. I mean, it was like days before the shit really hit the fan.
We took a day trip up to Salem.
Yeah, the psychic keys, Leanne Marama and Sandra Wright, they just put out a book called Reading the Leaves. And so they had this event, and it was everybody at the tea, you know, there's 60 people maybe, you know, so it was tea, and you got a cup, and they were showing you how to, you know, and I dabbled, you know, it's not my thing, but I definitely have dabbled that. I mean, if you're a reader, you know, you could read anything. Yeah. So it was really everybody there. It was super fun. We all saw the same shit. Shit happened. It was like, that was
fascinating.
Yeah,
it really was.
Really, it was really good. I dabble, but I don't know if I would actually offer that as more like a fun at home trick when just my people are there or something. But
having tea with the ladies.
Yeah, but I don't think I could do it in a reading. I'm not sure I'm that good at it.
You were pretty spot on. Like it was.
Well, it was funny. I did see a crown, like literally a crown coming out of the tea leaves, and I'm like, that's the crown for my head. I was like, it was so funny. Because I'm like, what does a crown mean? What does it mean?
I am predicting my reign.
I'm taking over. Hasn't happened yet. Maybe it wasn't my crown. And what services do you offer folks?
My most popular, what people come to me for the most is my oils, fumigation, cleansings, and my readings. Those are like the main three things. So like any kind of house or person cleansing, usually done with the smoke. People love that, and creating like spiritual baths and waters for them.
Oh, I love
that's the main stuff that people love to come to me for. Yeah.
Cool. And are you still over? Aren't you at a place too? Are you like physically at a place?
No. Not yet. So I'm really, really happy. I don't want to open up my personal home to the public, but I do have a certain spot in my home on my property that I kind of want to turn into a place where I can bring people in because it's so witchy. And but I'm debating. I'm kind of having like that.
I know.
Thing, you know,
I know. I did the same thing. When you know, I started doing, was how we met, which is a good thing. I guess I did it. You know, I started doing Reiki out of my house. She was like my first person at 8:30 at night. She comes flying up my driveway. But that was the exact thing. Like sometimes I would get like this ping about somebody coming to my house, and it was weird. And I wasn't, you know, my kid sleeps there, and I don't know. I got sort of weirded out by it. So I backed off. I was like, okay. So I did it long enough to meet her, and then that was it. I'm done. And I was like, okay, I'm finished with that. That's good.
Yeah. So like whenever you see my advertisements, I'm kind of just every which way. Like I like to go to the spiritual shops. I'll do a couple of classes at their shops. I'll do some readings at their shops, and then I bounce
you away from us. And why are you here?
I'm pretty far. I'm in Poughkeepsie.
Well, that's not
That's
that
not that
far.
bad.
You're like an hour and a half or something.
No.
I don't
I would
know.
say it's under. I would say it's under an hour, but just.
Okay.
We're gonna have to. You're gonna when we're all allowed to play together again. You're gonna have to come down and teach.
I would love that. I have been dying to see your shop. I always thought that it was like a forever long way. I was like, I don't know, you guys.
Not forever.
No.
Do a virtual tour. I can't do this.
We're right down 9D. Take
Yeah.
9D, the scenic route, straight down alongside the river and cross the Bear Mountain Bridge, and we're right here.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
you'll have to come and play with us. That would be great. That would be really good. All right, my love. So we're gonna get going on our little meditation. I'm so happy that you came on to chat with us. And
No, seriously, thank you for inviting. When you did that, I was like, oh shit, because like you guys are like I love watching your stuff. So I'm excited.
Thank you. I love your little TikTok stuff that's going on right now. Like, it's like little snippets of brilliance, and I'm like, oh, right. I'm like yelling at my phone, yes.
Your share was it this morning? I watched it this morning.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you
Where your head was on fire.
Yes.
Yeah.
People go see her TikTok because she's worth every little nugget. Is really good.
Thank you, guys.
Every little nugget is very
so
good.
Weird. Puerto Ricans don't look good red.
You look good whenever. You
guys, rock it today. Do it for them.
Thank you so much for hanging with us.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right, honey bun. Mwah. We'll talk right as soon as we get to hang out again.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Bye,
Cool.
everybody.
Bye, honey. She is the cutest goddamn thing. She is cute.
Yeah.
All right, now go print because now I have to be clever.